So hello everybody and welcome to episode 21 of Let's Go Pogo. Before I get into the news, I really just wanted to say a huge thank you to everybody who has subscribed to the channel. We're currently just sitting under 50, we're at 49, which is quite a jump from last week. Really grateful. Thank you so much for subscribing. It means a lot to me that people are actually watching this. But more importantly, I've been loving the comments. So please, lots of comments below. Tell me what you think of all of the stuff that we're going to talk about in this week's episode. So I'm going to start off with some news, and Community Day has been announced, and it is something that I suggested might happen a few weeks ago but has actually come to fruition. So August Community Day is known for the following: leaping over mountains and living for many years, surviving in any body of water no matter how polluted it is, and being an easy target for predators. That's right, it's Magikarp, the fish Pokemon. On Saturday the 8th of August 2020 from 11 AM to 5 PM local time, Magikarp will be appearing more frequently in the wild. If you're lucky, you may encounter a shiny Magikarp, evolved Magikarp during the event or up to 2 hours afterwards to get a Gyarados that knows the move Aqua Tail. Now, a little bit of research I've done on this one. Aqua Tail is not meta defining, it's not going to be amazing, but you're going to want one because maybe at some point it is. You know, they're reworking moves all of the time and we'll talk about that a little bit later, but it could be something that's useful. In the shop, there'll be a special one-time purchase August Community Day box featuring 30 Ultra Balls, an Elite Charge TM, 6 star pieces and an incense. Now that tends to be around about 1,260 coins. They don't say here, but I'm just going to guess that it is. For $1 or the equivalent in your local currency, you'll be able to access the Community Day exclusive special research, Making a Splash. Follow Professor Willow as he learns about Magikarp and its epic journey. Stay tuned for when tickets for this special research story go live. I would imagine that's probably going to be Monday, Tuesday this week coming. Tickets are non-refundable, blah, blah, blah. So, we're going to have our Magikarp Community Day, something that I'm really excited for. The Red Gyarados is one of my favourite shinies. I would really like to get 100% shiny. I have 100% Gyarados already, but I really would love 100% shiny. I know it's asking a lot, but that is my dream for that day. So going to the next bit of news that came in a couple of days ago, Pokemon Go Fest 2020 makeup event details. Due to technical issues that occurred during some of the Pokemon Go Fest 2020 habitat blocks, we are holding a global makeup event on August 16, 2020 from 11 AM till 2 PM local time. During this makeup event, some Pokemon featured during Pokemon Go Fest will be appearing more frequently in the wild. Note that this makeup event will be available only to players who purchased a Pokemon Go Fest 2020 ticket. Now, we weren't, I experienced a few of these issues, I know a few other people did, and these makeup events from previous are pretty good. They're normally like a bit of a blast, so hopefully it is going to be good. Pokemon featured during the Pokemon Go Fest 2020 Fire, Water and Friendship habitats will be appearing in the wild. Incense will be more effective at attracting all the featured Pokemon, and certain featured Pokemon will appear only when attracted by incense, so don't forget to use the incense. There'll be a special free box featuring 2 incenses, 2 remote raid passes. Now that to me suggests that they're going to do some of the big raids of the, you know, the massive legendaries again. I really hope so, because that would be phenomenal. Gifts open during the event can obtain rare candies, so hang on to your gifts if you're going to be doing that makeup day. An incense activated during the event will last for just 1 hour. So that's on Sunday the 16th of August. 11 AM will be fire, 12 PM will be water, 1 PM will be friendship. So pretty awesome stuff. We've also got the August Research Breakthrough coming up, so that's actually live now from August the 1st at 1 PM, and we know that it's going to be Scraggy. Now if you've done a lot of Pokemon Go Battle League, then Scraggy's not going to be something you're desperate for, but it's still a good Pokemon. It has lots of PvP relevance if you get the right IVs for it, so it's definitely worth opening your Research Breakthroughs for that. Okay, I'm going to go for a walk and fill you in on some more news. So I'm using my new camera. Let me know what you think. Is it good picture? Are we happy with it? Please do let me know. So let's go into the final bit of news, which is currently happening as we speak. Ultra Unlock Week 1, Dragon Week. So for Dragon Week, it says, thank you for Pokemon Go Fest 2020 ticket holders for completing this year's challenges. Not only did you stop Team Rocket Go's Rocket Takeover at the event, you also unlocked Dragon Week. Dragon Week will run from Friday the 31st of July, which was yesterday, through till August the 7th, 2020, 1 PM PDT, which is GMT -7. The Majestic Dragon type Pokemon will come in all shapes and sizes, Tiny Gibble to the Tearing Alolan Executor. The biggest news from this one is 5-star raids are going to be Rayquaza. I have plenty of Rayquaza, I have plenty of shiny Rayquaza, but I do not have enough because there's no such thing as enough. So very much looking forward to that. Also, the spawns are really interesting for this week. So we have Dratini. Let's just go to my recent catch list. So we've got loads of Dratinis everywhere. Horsey. What else was there? Oh, Swablues. Really would like a higher ranked Swablu. The one I currently have is like rank 60, which I think I can do a little bit better. What else? Executor. So Executor is everywhere. Another shiny Executor would never be a bad thing. Again, can't have too many of those. So the Dragon event is really good. There's also the special research, which I'm showing on the screen now. Special research, I'm up to, I don't know which, it doesn't say how many parts to it there are, but I'm just off to do a raid. So I'm hoping I can get somebody to invite me to a raid back in England for the Rayquaza and see whether we can get another shiny. But yeah, we'll see on that. So I'm going to find somewhere else to sit myself down and we're going to talk through some of the moves that have happened in Go Battle League, and particularly for the Great League, because I think they're pretty relevant at the moment. I've been having an absolute nightmare with my Great League battles. I went 14-1 the other day, yesterday, and just kind of gave up. So I'm having to rebuild my team in a fairly serious way. But let me find somewhere to sit myself down and we'll go through some of the move changes that have happened from that pool. Okay, so we kind of brushed on this a few episodes back, but I really wanted to just go in a little bit more. Some of the move sets for Pokemon in Great Battle League have been changed, which is, well, basically for the whole of Season 3. One of the ones was Infestation. Infestation moved from basically moved to more damage per one, and this is not really particular meta relevant at the moment, or certainly not coming out that way, but this has affected Beedrill, Weezing, Drapion, Garbodor. Hex is the big change here. So Hex has also had its damage raised, and basically just inflicts more damage. This is particularly relevant Drifloon, Frostlass and Alolan Marowak, and I've definitely seen a lot more Drifloon this season, and Hex is basically just like charging power so much more quicker, so you can get your charge move off. The biggest one for me that I've seen so far in Great Battle League is Powder Snow. So Powder Snow has been updated to go from basically 2.5 damage per turn for 4 energy cost, so it's actually doing more damage for the same energy cost. And Powder Snow is particular on CeeLo, Mamoswine, Frostlass, Alolan Sandslash, but in particular Abomasnow. Abomasnow has become incredibly meta relevant, which was never before. Really just didn't have any play at all in there. Drill Peck is another move that's been had a little bit of a nerf off. So basically it now has 65 power for 40 energy, as opposed to its 60 power for 40 energy before. Not that big a nerf, but where it really does come into play is on Empoleon. Empoleon can now learn Drill Peck, and Drill Peck is really going to confuse people of what Empoleon could be throwing, so I think that's going to be fairly huge. The other one is Brave Bird. So Brave Bird has gone from 90 power for 55 energy to 130 power for 55 energy, so a massive jump in the damage that it can do, and it also has 100% 100% chance of lowering your defense by 3 stages. So basically what that does is that you are basically opening yourself up to attack. So a little bit like superpower we've seen in the past, but it does an awful lot of damage, and this is really particular on Skarmory, as Skarmory is going into its last throes of battle. Throwing a Brave Bird isn't dangerous at all because it's probably going to go 1 or 2 turns after, and the damage it's going to do is a lot. It's also on Horned Crow, which I've seen quite a few people using as well, Blaziken and Pidgeot. Blizzard has also had a buff, and it's gone to 140 power for 75 energy. It used to be 130, not a lot, but Blizzard was already a atom bomb of power, so that was a pretty big one already. One of the biggest nerfs has been to Flash Cannon and Focus Blast, and this is 100% focused at Registeel. So Registeel for the meta, for Great League, Master League, and for Great League, Master League and Ultra League, and it would come to me eventually, has been a powerhouse. It has had its place in there, not so much in Master League, but definitely in Great League and Ultra League. Well, it still will be meta relevant, but it's been nerfed. So basically it's now taking, it used to take 110 power for 65 energy, it's now 70 energy. Now that 5 energy doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're in the midst of battle or you're about to die, that is fairly significant. But on top of that, you've also had Focus Blast nerfed as well, which has gone from 150 power for 75 energy to 140 power for 75 energy. So just those little bits of extra damage that it's not doing in Great Battle League is tough. I know this is boring for you if you're not a PvPer, but it is really useful for me. I'm learning lots from doing this, and that's what this was meant to be about, was me learning too. The other thing is Moonblast. So we remember in Ultra League, Cresselia was rampant, it was dominant. Because of that 30% chance of a debuff, there was no chance of you being able, it was just too high a chance of being debuffed. It's now been dropped to 10%. So basically your opponent's attack has a 10% chance of being debuffed as opposed to 30%. It's still going to be really meta relevant. So back to the old reliable, batteries run out on my new camera. So this is a good chance to see whether the new camera is better than the old one, right? What I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by the battery run out is Moonblast doesn't make Cresselia less meta relevant. What it does do is just means that it's not going to be a must. You know, like last season, it was really hard to have a team without Cresselia in it, whereas I think this Ultra League season, it won't be so desperate. So the big winners from the movesets, as I said, is Abomasnow, Pelipper. So Pelipper has now got a new move called Weather Ball Water, which is basically like a Hydro Pump. Before it only really had Blizzard, Hurricane and Hydro Pump, and they were all far more expensive. So Pelipper is suddenly become meta relevant. I have been playing with Pelipper, but I haven't found a way to use it. As I said, Empoleon and Drill Peck I think is going to be pretty relevant because it's now it's a baiting move more than anything, but it also gives you some really great coverage. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What is your Great League team? How are you doing this season? I hit rank 7 last night. There's a long way to go to my rank 9, but I'll obviously keep you updated on all of that stuff. But yeah, let me know how you're doing. So during all the fun of GoFest last week, a little bit of news came out that I think that kind of didn't really hit the radar of everybody, but I think is going to be really relevant for the game. So during the Players Lounge thing, which was an online place where you could go during GoFest and kind of hang out with other trainers, and there was like lots of the content creators were doing stuff there. They had an interview with the lead developer, and the lead developer talked about the level 40 cap, and how for a long time they've been discussing that they wanted to raise this cap but weren't really 100% sure how. So they've come up with an idea, but they didn't really give a lot of details. But level 50 is definitely coming, so that's been data mined in the past, but we now know it's definitely coming. And it's not just going to be XP. So if you're on 2 million XP, 200 million XP, that doesn't mean you're going to instantly go to level 50. I think Brandon Tan, who is a content creator, I think in Thailand or Singapore, he's at like 1 billion XP. He's not going to be level 50 automatically. There's going to be other ways of earning levels, so I'm guessing it's going to be a lot to do with badges. So, you know, how many rocket stops have you done? How many PvP battles have you done? All of those things. And I think that's something that is going to make the game really interesting, because it's going to mean that getting to level 50 isn't just about the grind. It's actually about mastering the game, which might not be so good for me, actually. I'm not very good at mastering the game, so... but yeah, so thought that was some really interesting news anyway. Sorry this has been a little bit of a long one. I am grateful for you hanging on this long if you have, but what are you still doing here? Let's go Pogo.